Welcome back to another episode of As Reacts. I'm your boy Asro, and today we are getting right back into that American Indian versus Native American, because this story is just keep ramping up. Like I said, it's not gonna slow down. And now that they've admitted the truth, there is no closing that. Cherokee has come out and admitted the truth. More and more is coming out. Man, I got a lot in here. Like, there's a lot I want to talk about because, hey, some crazy stuff happening. But hey, we're not even gonna do all this talking. We're just gonna go ahead and hop to the video. So if you like the video, go ahead and drop that like and subscribe, because you know every little click helps, and we thank you guys so much. But hey, let's go ahead and get into it.
Facing eviction, a family in Whatcom County is hoping for a miracle, but it's not money that they need. It's a change of heart.
As Fox 13's Matthew Smith tells us, the Nooksack tribe removed almost 300 people from its tribe. Now, in the final chapter of a years-long saga, the tribe is looking to remove some of the last families from their homes.
For 12 years, not knowing if we're going to be living in these homes the next day, that's been our reality.
Sitting around the dining room table in Norma Aldridge's home,
it's something that's bitter. That's why did they do this?
the pain of what this family is about to lose hangs in the air. They've been told they need to leave their homes by 8 a.m. on November 29th.
It's not right.
Wilma Rabang, Norma, and Michelle Roberts represent 3 different families on the verge of eviction. 4 others are expecting their own eviction papers in the coming days. This is Indian country. It's the Nooksack tribe, to be specific. More than a decade ago, the tribe said roughly 300 of their members were not, in fact, Nooksack. They questioned whether they're indigenous at all. So despite years of payments on homes, the Nooksack Housing Authority says keys and deeds don't belong to them. Instead, that'll go to other families within the 2,000-member tribe. Now, after declining a sit-down interview, Nooksack leadership told Fox 13 via email, "It's sad that evictions are happening, but we have hundreds of families that need housing, including elders," adding, "The tribe has been really generous with the amount of time these individuals have had in the homes after disenrollment." During that time, Michelle has been fighting. We caught up with her delivering legal arguments to the tribal court earlier this year. She's become the de facto legal representative for her extended family despite no legal background. That's because their attorney, Gabe Galanda,
they feel left for dead, putting it bluntly,
was barred from practicing within the Nooksack court. His last attempt to represent them led to tribal police being called in.
The sad reality is that tribal nations wield so much political influence now through gaming wealth that the politicians in Olympia and Washington, D.C., Democrats, by the way, progressives, by the way, are afraid that if they do something at Nooksack to prevent human rights abuse, they will somehow be accused by some other tribe, perhaps a gaming tribe, of affronting tribal sovereignty. So they won't. They simply look away to protect their careers.
In a rare move, the United Nations has gotten involved, issuing statements and even calling on the Biden administration to step in to stop human rights abuses. The Interior Secretary, Deb Haaland, would have the authority to do so, but has never commented on the matter, despite media attention and my own inquiries. Instead, her Assistant Secretary under the Bureau of Indian Affairs tells Fox 13, quote, "There is still time for the Nooksack tribe to treat its community members with dignity and respect, and it is our hope that it will." Similar calls to Senator Maria Cantwell have spurred a single-sentence response. A spokesperson writing, "I hope the Nooksack Indian tribe will work with their community members."
We're a family with no country right now because the federal government doesn't want to step in because of sovereignty. The Nooksack tribe doesn't want to help us because they say we're not indigenous.
And that's the crux of this story, sovereignty. There are 574 federally recognized tribal nations. Nooksack leaders say their right to govern themselves is paramount here. And due to our nation's history with tribes, few would dare to step on sovereignty. Though, the disenrolled families say that fear has allowed tribes to essentially weaponize disenrollment because the only people they can appeal to are the very people kicking them out.
But while Michelle says they belong,
Identity, birthright, our culture is here.
the Nooksack tribe says they're ready to move on. In fact, they tell us they, quote, "look forward to conveying these homes to qualified Nooksack tribal citizens as soon as possible." So what happens on Friday is anyone's guess. In Whatcom County, Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.
Times you don't want to learn. You just want to play victim like my white mommy. Every time you guys are called out, every time somebody makes a point, it's like they don't have to be attacking you and you're still going to play victim. We know that. There have been 4 or 5 lynchings. I'm not quite sure anymore because the number keeps going up. In this community, making memes against right now. And y'all talk about the Native American genocide. You want to play victim right now. But that genocide was not people who looked like you. You get it, Missy? They were darker. They were the people that your people removed from Native American genocide. And then they were called African. You know they are reclaiming their American Indian status. and receiving the reparations that your community has been stealing from the children of slaves. And those children of slaves are still facing the same hate crimes they faced 50 years ago. So pardon me if I am not receptive to this performative victim playing. I can't stand it. I can't. That's me putting it politely. It pisses me off. Yeah, bad things happen on reservations. And yeah, the government obviously doesn't give a shit about them. So I don't know why you're fighting us, and I really don't know why you're fighting them. You did the government's dirty work for them, and they gave you the short end of the stick. My response to y'all is the same response I have to the Koreans and Japanese. Do you think being their obedient dogs is gonna get you a cookie? No. Every time y'all have a movie star, they go missing, man. They're hate crimed, man. The government doesn't share shit with y'all. They put you in little traps on those reses, man, where they knew y'all would be easy to corrupt, easy to infiltrate. They did to your reses what they did to China. I have empathy, but I'm not gonna believe your fucking lies. Y'all did not walk from Africa to America. Stop it. Just like I'm not gonna believe the lies that America told me about China so that I could play the model minority here in America. I physically can't fucking do it. Knowing they lied to me about everything. This is how y'all should feel, but instead you want to take it out on other victims of this lie. That's why I'm harsh. That's why I'm mean. It ain't for no reason. Y'all don't need to play victim to anybody except for the people that victimized you. And on a real serious note, man, because you've been here a few times, you don't want to learn. You just want to play victim.
It's not about boycotting them because because we are colors. It's about them trading against our people and coming over here using us as collateral, nigga. You ain't been around. Where you been at? Like, they've been claiming our identity and claiming trillions of dollars that your ass ain't even got. I bet you still working. You are. And so they're over here claiming your natural inheritance, okay? And trying to replace you on your own land, okay? So they're traitors to our people. With some of us, because maybe you African. Maybe you one of them. Okay? Because a lot of y'all act like y'all are. And I ain't never had none of them come over here and help me with a slug. And I was supporting them too until I did my genealogy and found out that I don't have any African roots. You're not black. That's just a status. That's why y'all getting knocked off every day, because you don't know who you are genetically, biologically, and scientifically. You don't know that you're an electromagnetic being. And some of them are too. But I don't mess with them. Come from the sun catchers, because some of them do connect to the sun. I beef with them over culture. We got two different cultures. I'm Indian. They're African. So you can do whatever the hell you want to. In fact, move over there. Right? But I wouldn't support nan one of them because they've been leeches on this land over here. And I'm tired of all these foreigners leeching off of our people.
I would just urge those who want to have a second forum to keep your eye on the issue here. The issue is that the individuals in these groups do not have Abenaki ancestry. They have great stories. Who determines that? Say, because I've actually actually did the genealogies of every single family that they claim in their own documentation. And I have no Abenaki ancestors. That's it. That's the story. You had a flawed process that recognized people who have no Abenaki ancestry, and now you have individuals who are upset because of that, because there's a possibility that that truth will come out. But that was never part of the process. I have all of the documents. You can access them yourself. This is a serious problem that you've engaged in.
So streamers like Kai Cenat or other major big figures proves why delineation needs to happen. It's not even a choice at this point. And the funny thing about it is most of these black immigrants think that this shit is a game. This shit is not a game. Once we see that flag in your bio or you repping another country, or have said something negative about black Americans, your ass out of there. And don't get it twisted. A lot of them know what time it is. That's why they're trying to stop it and call it a xenophobic or say why we don't feel the same about the white man. We do. We feel the exact same way. But you in the way. You take advantage of the culture, trying to blend in with us, acting like you're one of us. But once you get into a certain status or space, then you start showing your prejudiced ways, saying things like black Americans don't have any culture, undermining us. But if we would have known this before, we would never supported you. And don't y'all forget, black Americans made being black cool. Africans ain't make being black cool. Caribbeans ain't make being black cool. It was black Americans. The whole world copies us, not y'all. So what y'all gonna do when we delineate? Ooh, boy, it's about to be real hard on some of y'all. Boy, that clock ticking. And remember, y'all boys, stay up top.
Are pyramids on every continent? Oh, you're talking about black people from a long, long time.
No, those people are still around and you're calling them black Americans. The Americas have more pyramids than the rest of the world combined by 50 to 100 times. It's not even close, lady. The evolution of the pyramid is these free energy buildings right here that you and your constituent police officers turned into churches. So no, it's not black people from back in the day. It's Aboriginal construction that comes from the Americas, and you're helping the police out here erase our history. And I ain't gonna let you, and I will expose you.
So I just stitched a video, and imagine now the Cherokees are admitting that we were here. Admitting that it wasn't just them. How about you admit the truth that it was never you and it was always us? It was always us here.
Look, you can't make this up. I seen an African tell another group of Africans if they don't like America, they could leave. Check this out.
Why do people leave their countries to come to America for a better life, only to turn around and try to push their own cultures, rules, and ways onto us? You come here, then jump into politics to change laws, form your own communities, and try to reshape everything. If America was so bad, why are you here? Take Minnesota, for example. What is even happening there? I am an African American, and the day I feel I can't stand how this country operates is the day I pack up and go somewhere else.
First off, this African woman is not African American. She looked like she's from like Central or West Africa. She's a Bantu. She has a problem with the Somalis in Minnesota, saying that they're not assimilating. They're coming and bringing their culture to America, right? So I don't understand how Africans are forcing this oneness onto black Americans when they don't even believe in that oneness, right? She just told another group of Africans, if you don't like the way America operate, you could go. And another thing that I wanted to point out, how she said, oh, if I don't like America, I could just get up and leave. Like black Americans, we don't think that way. If we don't like America, we're going to try to change what we don't like about it. So that's another thing, how we're different from Africans, because we don't flee. Like they'll always tell you, oh, that's why I got another home. This is our home, America.
Folks talking about, you want to go to war with Africa? Just watch. We're going to reject all of your business. First off, you can't motherfucking watch us tell you that we're going to be boycotting your shit and then try to do a Uno reverse and say that you're not going to give us any business. We already said we ain't coming, bitch. We're not coming. And you're not the majority black Democrat. You're not the dominant black society here. Black Americans are. The very people that you're trying to pretend that you're not going to give service to is the black dominant society, not you. So it's fucking hurting your business. Are you slow? How you gonna go with the war with the people of the country you immigrated to and expect to still be wealthy and fucking rich and still expect no. Clear people don't like you like that to uphold your businesses or whatever business you think you got going on. So I look forward to y'all losing that battle. If this was a war strategy, this is the worst war strategy I've ever fucking seen in my life. You guys are not that. We are the blueprint of boycotting shit.
Somebody was like, sis, we believe you, but we just want to know, why do the DNA tests keep coming back from West Africa? Y'all talking about 23andMe and ancestry.com? Those are the only DNA tests. And they tell you when you do that, that is for entertainment purposes only. And if you want the real answer is that they don't have a sample from American Indian DNA. So when you get American Indian DNA, they reroute it and say you're from West Africa. That test is made up. It is not corroborated by any government. You cannot trust 23andMe and ancestry.com is who y'all asking me why the test keeps coming back incorrect. If you take that test to the Creek tribe or any tribe and you say, hey, this test says that I am from, or any African tribe, and you say, hey, this test says that I'm from here, they're going to say, well, do you have any legal documents to prove that? Since I had to apply for a tribal card, I know that. But since y'all don't know anything, y'all think that the DNA test from 23andMe and ancestry.com can tell you where you're from. Y'all, please. Come on now. Only legal documents can do that, and I have done the legal research for you. In 1662, you were enslaved through the law, the baby follows the belly. That's America before the United States was formed. In 1682, the Virginia law tells us who is to be enslaved, North Africans and American Indians. In 1856, the Dred Scott decision defines the difference between the two groups of people enslaved and says that those two groups of people are the same color. One person is from the American continent and one person is from the African continent. Those people were all freed in 1865. You are the product, the children of those women enslaved. So you are either North African or American Indian, but you're a mixture of both. And that's per law. The law trumps DNA. DNA didn't exist till 1953. I just traced your lineage as American Indians and indigenous people to North Africa since 1662. So either you believe the truth or you keep following 23andMe and ancestry.com. Listen to yourselves. Those are not credible sources. It's time to start thinking critically. What proof do you have that you're from West Africa that is corroborated and is not for entertainment purposes? This might be entertainment, but this is not for entertainment purposes. Everything I do is backed up by law.
And that's the kind of stuff that annoys me because I have 2 black American parents. I have 4 black grandparents. I have 8 black great-grandparents. I am 100% black. And to tell a black American or an African American that they have to acknowledge some faraway mixed ancestry is A, disingenuous, and B, it's disrespectful to my blackness. I never said I was 100% African. I said I'm 100% black, and I am 100% black. Go ahead somewhere with y'all crazy ass complexes. No, we niggas in the U.S., we know we black, and we are okay with that. That is 100% fine and okay for us. Again, with the social construct of race, I am 100% black American in the space where I exist as a black person. Because of my heritage, because of my lineage, because of the societal experiences around me, I'm 100% black. Back up.
Let me tell y'all something. Our oppressors lied so good about everything that when you finally find the truth, everybody thinks you're crazy. It is crazy to go against your oppressor's pen. So now everybody is coming out with this information about certain things that goes by what the oppressor wants us to believe, and they're finding information that goes against that, and it's valid information, and people think you're crazy since they've been indoctrinated from school their whole life. They just can't believe that there is something that goes against what they've been told their whole life. Everybody doesn't trust the government until all of a sudden it's history. When they have historically messed us over multiple times, you want to believe the history that they gave us. Most of the people haven't even looked at any type of history since they got out of school. Let alone a lot of people don't even remember most of the history that they did learn in school. Let's be real here.
Peace. Okay. Permiso, ¿por qué la gente dicen negro? Why do they call it negro? This is the name of the piece, is called negro.
Pues prácticamente por sus rasgos negroides, ¿no? Que tiene su labio grueso, pómulos así prominentes, ¿no? La forma también así del cabello.
Right.
Así es.
Wow. So basically saying because of its features, ¿Y sabe cuánto tiempo, cuando la gente encontró eso?
Bueno, yo la verdad desconozco, prácticamente esa es la información que prácticamente ya conoce lo que es el encargado aquí.
Sí, pero no hay mucha información. So basically, what this is basically saying, why they call it Negro, and it was found in the Tres Zapotes area. Basically, a lot of the Olmec stuff was found there, but we have a Mexican saying it's called that because of its facial features. All right. We also have another Olmec head here. All right. Check this one out. Wow. Amazing. The ones here are a lot better than the ones I saw in the other museum. It feels like way more complete. Look at this. The other one, some of them had dents on the top and everything, but this one gives you a full picture of how it's supposed to look. All right. I'm gonna leave this here. I can't read this in Spanish.
So if y'all was really smart and y'all had any respect for my people, what y'all should have did is it's 54 countries in Africa, it's 50 states in America, it's 1.5 billion people in Africa, and don't even get me started on South America. What y'all should have did was join forces, which is what my ancestor tried to do with y'all. Afros, Dashikis, Mandela, and Marcus Garvey. Y'all should have connected with us, and we should have monopolized and dominated the whole world. But I'm glad y'all didn't do that and y'all showed us who y'all really are, because this is a true life testimony. Sometimes you will not get to the next step until you cut them off and let them go. Sometimes them people can't go where you going. It ain't for them, it's for you. And I truly believe that we ain't gonna get to that next step until we cut them off. They done already showed us how they feel about us in real life and on the internet when they took the TikTok away and they banned it. How many times do you have to keep getting stabbed in the back and getting holes poked in the boat? Your ancestors told you all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
They always be like, if y'all are native or if y'all are indigenous, why don't you speak your native language? Why don't you speak your native tongue? This is why. This right here is why. They literally put things over our mouths that would cut the tongue if they spoke in their native language. This is why we don't speak our native language to this day.
Go follow her.
Fam, why is everybody so confused about this? Anything on the east of the Mississippi was us. West of the Mississippi was the Siberians.
They just go into a country, plague the whole place out, and then take over their buildings. New York was already there for thousands of years. San Francisco was there for thousands of years. Los Angeles was there for thousands of years.
San Francisco was there for thousands of years. Los Angeles was there for thousands of years.
They were built by the indigenous people who were black and Indians as well.
They were built by the indigenous people who were black and Indians as well. The black
people, they are the original owners of America. Black people, African Americans, they were already here and they plagued them out. And they stole the Smithsonian Institute, which is Jesuit controlled, stole their knowledge, stole their history, and now we're just left wondering who we are, where we come from, where we're going. We don't know anything.
I want the people to know the truth about the Navajos and what they're trying to do to my people. Even back then, the Navajo nations are friends and allies with American government, and they're not the true Hopi people, native peoples on this continent. They're just a mixture of the Eskimos or they came down from the north, the Bering Strait. They came down from the north, the Bering Strait. They came down from the north, the Bering Strait, and they
Just a mixture of the Eskimos or they came down from the north, the Bering Strait. They came down from the north, the Bering Strait. They came down from the north, the Bering Strait. And they
came in, they scavenged off the tribes that were already here. The tribes that were already here. The tribes that were already here.
The Anglo-Saxon and the Mauritanian races, there ends the Valley of the West. There Mexico begins. Thence the Bravo begin. The Moorish people and their Indian associates, to whom Mexico properly belongs. Mexico meaning all of the land. Okay, so that means then 150 years before that, all of this land over here was a part of the United States, the Societas Republicae y los Moracanos Estados. The Moracanos is where we get the Mauritanian from because it's all Latin. And the only people that were speaking Latin over here was us.
I'm trying to set the record straight. I'm hearing a lot of brothers saying so-called black people were only on the south and eastern coast. That is wrong. We were all over. We stretched from the East Coast all the way to California. All that was ours until people started migrating from the north down in. But that doesn't make them their land. They still was in teepees trying to find their way. We ruled all of the Americas, even in Canada. So you mean to tell me Queen Khalifa is a Siberian when we showing you that she's a melanated sister? King Montezuma was not a Mexican nor a Siberian. He was a Negro or a brother. Come on, man. Y'all keep giving these people all our land.
Every time I get on this here app and I start telling y'all about how the original people of the Americas were melanated, I get Native Americans under my post calling me a pretendian and telling me that I want to be like him. And the audacity and the white supremacist belief of you to assume that me, a melanated woman, in any capacity, that I want to trade places with you. And in fact, what's crazy is your own nation is coming up and trying to claim us. Yet you're under my post telling me that I want to be like you. Pre-written documentation of the original people of the Americas describe them as having light to dark skinned, various textures of hair. The proof is in the people of the land. Y'all supposed to be the people connected to the land, right? You're connected to the land, to Mother Nature, the land. And you watch the foreigner come into your land, go to war with you on your land, remove you from your land, give you a piece of your land back, all the while watching them literally kill and oppress a group of people and partook. We can't forget that. A lot of y'all partook. Your ancestors died on the land and you went against the land in favor by nature, things that grow in their natural environment thrive. Animals that are in their natural environment thrive. Animals taken out of their natural environment usually die off. Hear me? Plants that grow in their natural environment thrive. Plants that are removed from their natural environment have a less likely chance of survival without adapting to that environment. Meaning they have to adapt the environment to the plant, correct? Any life, anything that has life, anything of nature thrives in its natural environment. And if you look at what happens in the Americas with the melanated people, we thrive in our natural environment. What's crazy, we literally thrived in every era. We took everything that y'all gave us, every fucking pain, every heartache, and we transformed that shit and we rose. We fucking came through the concrete. The proof is in the people of the land. That glow that y'all see when y'all look at us is because we're in our natural environment. We are home. We at home. We don't want to be like y'all. We just want to be free to be us. That's it. You Native Americans are filled with so much pain, anger, and alcohol that you want me to be the most painful, angered, alcoholic woman in the world. I apologize that I found my true identity, so I'm happy about it. Live life.
Black folk are the only non-immigrants in this country. I know people always say, well, Indians are immigrants. Indians were the original people. No, they were not. The original people in this country were black folk. The Folsom people that came in this country about 16,000 years ago. The so-called American Indians or Asians that came across the Bering Straits about 6,000 years ago.
King Tut was discovered in Kentucky in 1922. Let the truth be told.
Egyptian pyramid.
The Kentucky pyramids. You cannot hide the truth. America is Egypt. The Tartarian Empire, one world order of civilization, advanced technology, advanced agriculture, immaculate buildings. I'm Newbie One.
Crazy work. They're getting kicked off of their reservations. Their shit is getting taken because it's been proven through genetics that they are not who they say they are. But we are. We are. We are who we say we are. American Indians, not Native American. American Indians. Big strong with it. Crazy though. Did y'all see that? They was pissed. They was pissed off. Getting told that they not who they were. Why are you doing this? You're doing it because the truth is being revealed. Truth is coming out. Can't steal it anymore. It's coming to the light. No more taking it. Crazy work. And it, like I keep saying, but it's just crazy how much you Native Americans, instead of telling the truth, you would rather just be racist in my comments. That's crazy to me. But it's fine. So, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, because every little bit helps, and we thank you guys so much over here at Azra Reacts. But I've been your boy Azra. This has been another episode of Azra Reacts, and I'll check you guys next time. Deuces.